My name's Laura, and my daughter Josie was diagnosed with Kawasaki Disease on the 1st of March in 2018. She had been a little unwell, kind of in the week leading up to the weekend. Her throat was very sore. Ice cream was all she wanted and ice lollies. And there was kind of a lot of that over the kind of next 24 hours. She didn't really keep much down. She was being quite sick. And the temperature just didn't seem to shift for longer than a couple of hours. So we dialed 111, and about an hour later they called to say that unfortunately, because they were so busy, what they would recommend is for her to take her to our local A&E. She gave Josie a fairly thorough examination, and at that point she said that she felt there probably was something that needed investigating, and sent us on up to the children's ward at the local hospital, to the paediatric assessment unit. We started IV antibiotics and IV fluid that evening. She had a bit of a rash that morning that seemed to spread, so we marked it up with a pen and we took some photos and kind of left it at that. The doctors had been through in the morning and things, and there seemed to be a lot of head scratching going on with what was going on with her. At that point, a doctor turned up, a paediatrician that I had seen a couple of nights previous, and she kind of looked Josie over and she kind of said, the bloodshot eyes she's got, how long have they been there? Then she asked about the cracked lips and the strawberry looking tongue. She then asked about the rash that we'd spotted on Monday, and at that point her kind of manner changed, and she said that they needed to act quite quickly now because she was certain that Josie had something called Kawasaki disease, which was something we had absolutely no idea about. She said at that point she wanted to do an ECG and an echo as quickly as possible to have a look. She obviously explained to us at that point that it affects the blood vessels, the heart being the place where it was could be most affected. And at that point, he sat us down and explained that actually Josie's heart was significantly damaged and that he needed to start anticoagulants straight away. And the consultant was very honest with us and said that given the level of damage, in his opinion, it wouldn't resolve. At that point, I think we were fairly heartbroken. We're almost 5 years now and nothing has changed. I think at the 2-year mark, the little bit of hope left us. But in that 5 years, there is a little girl that's very determined to be exactly like everyone else. She has turned up to consultants' appointments every 6 months to see the same doctor. He likes to remind her of the time that she turned up with a list in her pockets of questions of things she wanted to know if she could do. She wanted to know if it was still okay to ride her bike. Could she join the cricket club? Could she still go on all the rides at Legoland? To which he simply said to her, you can do everything a normal child can do, Josie, but you know yourself when something isn't right, and you need to just tell us when something doesn't feel right. One piece of advice I'd give to families or parents going through this is to find the information on the Society website and the family portal specifically as quickly as possible. It provides you with an insight into how things are, and it actually helps prepare you before things may happen. I want her to have all of the things in life that she would have had this not happened. It was at that point, I think, for us, and it was only a few months after she was diagnosed, that we kind of pulled ourselves back on track and thought, this is it. You know, we've got one life now. Let's absolutely live it and make all these special memories together.